When it comes to your money, if you're not prepared, life is going to kick you in the butt. And that is why we build up emergency funds, and we talk about it so much here at Master Money. Because building emergency funds protects you against life. Because it's not if something is going to happen, it's when something is going to happen. And if you've never heard of an emergency fund, it's a way for you to save up for when life hands you lemons. If your car breaks down, you have the money just there to be able to pay for it. If you have to go to the hospital, you have the money just there to pay the deductible. If your roof caves in while you're reading a magazine, you have the money there just to pay the deductible. So today, I'm going to talk about how to prepare your emergency fund so that you can be protected against life too. And to put it as simply as possible, an emergency fund is just a cash buffer between you and life. So what is an emergency fund for? An emergency fund protects you against job loss. So if you lose your job, you have money there so that you can live off that money and then go back out and find another job. It also protects you if your car breaks down. So that if your car breaks down, you can go out and you can either get your car fixed or be able to have the cash there to go find another car. It also protects you against home repairs. So if you have an emergency home repair or you have to get something fixed or replaced, the money is just there so you can get that done right away, stress-free. But there's a number of other advantages with emergency funds that a lot of people don't talk about. One of which is, and a big one, is that you can take advantage of opportunity. See, a lot of people who are poor and who stay poor don't have the money in place to be able to take advantage of opportunities. And this is something that you can do if you have cash in place. If you get a job offer across country, you'll have the money just there to make that move if the offer is high enough. So this is where it is extremely important to have that cash buffer in place so that you can take advantage of opportunities. Another major thing that you want to be able to do with your emergency fund is at least be able to cover your deductibles. Now this is a major thing for most people, and this is where we talk about the first step, and the first thing you need to be able to do with your money is have enough money in place to cover your deductibles. That means if you have a big medical bill that comes up, have at least enough money to cover that $2,500 deductible that you have on your insurance policy. Or if your car breaks down, have at least enough money to cover your car deductible. Or if a tornado roars through your street and your house has a major issue, at least have enough money to cover your home insurance deductible. So look at the deductibles on each of your policies, see which one is highest, and make that your first goal when you're saving for your emergency fund. This is extremely important because it protects you against life. So how much emergency fund do you need? Well, like we just talked about, you want to at least have enough to cover your deductibles to start. That's your first step. Then you want to have enough to cover your job loss. And this is where a lot of people debate. You'll hear people say things like 1 month, 2 months, 6 months expenses. There's all different sorts of answers for this question. But what it really comes down to is how easy is it for you to find another job in your field? If you work in a field where you can find another job like that instantly, then having just 3 months expenses in your emergency fund might be okay for you. But if you have a job where it's going to take a while for you to be able to find another job, then having 6 months expenses in your emergency fund is going to be better suited for you. So look at your job opportunities. See, is it going to be difficult for you to find another job? Be realistic about it and say, how many months of expenses do I need to make sure that I can cover this? Now, once you get that 3 to 6 months built in, then you want to build it up from there because eventually one day you're going to retire. And when you retire, you're going to want to have a couple years cash in place just so you have that safety buffer because you're not going to be making an income anymore. So this is extremely important to build it up over time, slowly but surely. And if you have to use it, then you're going to build it back up. Now, if you're wondering where to keep your emergency fund, we have another video just on how to do that. I'll link it up here. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And if you have any other suggestions on what you do with your emergency fund, leave them in the comments below as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. And we'll see you guys on the next video.